really put like our thinking caps on right now, just before the show, real quick. I have to say this before we start, excluding the older generation. We're excluding LeBron, we're excluding Curry, and we're excluding Kevin Durant in this conversation. Okay? Who now is the best American-born player?
LeBron.
You did not just hear what I said.
Oh, my fault. What did you say?
No LeBron, no KD, and no Steph Curry.
My bad.
We're not talking about those three at all. Those three, they're arguably the greatest of all time. We have to put them to the side for a second.
I swear, if you're trying to bring this to Jalen Brunson, bro.
No, I'm not.
I was about to say.
I genuinely think it's not Jalen Brunson. But it did provoke the thought in my brain thinking that it might be. But then I thought about every American-born player. It's not.
It's Ant for sure. Ant or
Devin Booker is a real good candidate. Who said Booker? GSW Ball Report. Yeah, that's right too. I'd say that as well.
I don't know the way Ant did them.
GG Jackson playoff holding. Come on, man. Yeah, so can Cat. GSW is Cat the best American-born player? No.
So can Cat what? What can Cat do?
Booker can do everything. So can Cat.
And except for play defense and stay on the court when the team needs them. Except for last game. 1 game exception.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
Just a casual fry, Chris. You know, my radar went off. My woo Knicks bias. Woo.
Yeah, I gotta say that Cat can't be a first option, but you gotta use the same logic for Booker as well.
No, D Book's not a first option.
Oh my God! There's no way you're putting Cat and Booker in the same conversations. Cat is incapable ever being a first option. When you have first option Timberwolves Cats, nobody watch games. Nobody. At least I can turn on the Booker and watch Devin Booker go and get 60.
I mean,
when Cat did, never mind.
All I'm saying is it's happened comparatively, like, not that often. Like, Cat's done it once before as well. It's not.
Nah, Cat's was so oralist, bro.
Cat's was
his was so. It was so bad.
I didn't even know he had a 60-point game.
Yes, I do, because it's the game where he blew it and he absolutely went on a cold streak of absolute destruction and they lost the game. I remember it.
Cat has 2 60 pieces, I think. 2 of them.
He cooked me on that one. All right, let's start the podcast. Wait, did we have an answer? Is it Devin Booker?
No, it's Anthony Edwards.
It's Anthony Edwards?
Yes.
I could get behind Anthony Edwards.
Let me see.
Just based off last year's playoffs, he literally violated the whole Suns team and set them up.
Okay, so are we talking about like in the NBA right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
American-born players in the NBA right now. Because the past 7 MVPs, weren't they all international players?
Okay, so I can probably give a...
I could get behind Ant.
I mean, I see Ant, Devin Booker. Who else is on this list? I'm looking at these names.
He doesn't want to say it.
Tatum? I'm just saying, like, he's on the list.
If he's up there,
sure.
JB is up there. I don't want to bring my Knicks bias into it, but if Jalen Brown, if Tatum is up there, Brunson is up there.
No.
Yes. Look at the stats. You're almost identical. I promise you.
I don't care. I'm
really trying not to. I really wasn't trying to say it because I understand where you're coming from because of the Knicks bias and shit. But I'm
Recency bias.
If you're ready to put Tatum up there as one of the best American players, you got to put Brunson there.
Tatum is top 5 in the league. Oh yeah, I'd even throw Cade's growing on my list too. If Zion could lay off the cheeseburgers, he would be up there for me too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he would be too. Yeah, he could be so much better than what he is right now.
Zion, don't try to be like.
Don't roast yourself.
You gotta chill trying to be like me, Zion. Relax, bro.
Come on.
You're $1 million athlete, man. Lock in.
All right, let's get into it. We decided that answer was Devin Booker. Welcome back to the Beyond the Backboard Podcast. Jay will be back in just 2 minutes here, and Earl's right next to me. Max is away on travels, and we just got to pick it back up for today. So, interesting news, everybody. OKC Thunder, they went up 3-1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Not really the turn that everybody was expecting. We'd all think they'd be at least tied at this point. But Oklahoma City has shown to be really resilient, and Isaiah Hartenstein is a really big piece of that team, considering that their problem last night was rebounding, and that's really what kind of saved them too. So, and on top of that, going back to the East, the Knicks are in a 2-1 hole against the Pacers. Yep. I'm trying to get it out of me because I don't want to admit it yet. I'm not looking at this too badly though. I mean, but let's ignore my thoughts for a second. The Knicks are down in a 2-1 hole. They need to step up and play better. They have not shown that they're a top 3 team in the East at all in these playoffs. I really feel like they've been struggling on literally almost every series they've had. Detroit, they struggled. The Celtics, they struggled even without Tatum. And now it's looking like Tyrese Halliburton might take us over to 3-1 to take us and eliminate us in the Garden. So, the only way for the Knicks to really, really have a chance in winning against the Indiana Pacers in 7 games is if they really do win tonight. If they do not win tonight, the Knicks can call it a wraps and go home. Because unfortunately, it's just they will have all the steam ahead at that point. What do y'all think so far?
Yeah, the Knicks. I'm gonna be completely honest with both of y'all. I was extremely sick that night. Was this Sunday night or Saturday night? Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
I was extremely sick that night, so I was in and out of that game. Like I was dozing off, holding my eyes, dozing off. I watched the entire fourth. I watched the entire fourth of this game. If Cat is 80% of that, the rest of the series, Knicks have a chance. The Knicks do have a chance.
Yeah.
But they have to get the Brunson on and off and the Cat on and off thing figured out. The fact that they are minus 20 with both of them on the court is not good because they both have to be on the court in the fourth quarter. Like
they both need a ball too.
Your 2 best offensive players are your 2 biggest defensive liabilities. I just don't know how I don't know how you can work around that, man. I love Luke McBride, but he can't be finishing games, man. He's not Brunson.
I agree with you. And I think Thibs actually made the adjustment to put Brunson in the game right at the right time during that game because he saw Deuce McBride was on fire. When Deuce McBride is on fire, it's hard for him to miss. So I really do understand Thibs thinking in that position. But I really like the way that Thibs said, okay, we're not going to go with campaign. We're going to go with DeLon Wright and Landry Shamet. I know that sounds weird as shit because they're 2 minuscule bench guys. But those 2 minuscule bench guys literally turned the game from us. We took the lead after Landry Shamet took a charge from Obi Toppin. We took the lead after that. And then Brunson was subbed back in for Landry Shamet. And then we continued to play and do well.
So, I'll say this, man.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
My thoughts about the game is this. It's frustrating watching Karl-Anthony Towns play basketball because to me, he's one of the most inconsistent second options right now in the playoffs. And I got another guy to throw in the name. He's also just happens to be on the other side of the bracket. So we'll talk about him later. Right. But Karl-Anthony Towns, we talked about going to the series. He is the X factor. If Karl-Anthony Towns plays good, preferably on both ends, but at least on offense, they can win games. Like I hate when Karl-Anthony Towns just mentally like locks himself on the offensive end. Like what he did in the fourth quarter, he got the ball, he attacked the rim, attacked. Every single time he put the ball down, attacked to the point where, okay, his driving game is so much of a threat that they're giving him the open 3 that makes his shot a lot more comfortable. So for me, it's like, okay, Karl, like these are things. It's not like you're doing anything crazy. Like do that consistently. Like Jay said, this is how Karl has to play. I'm not saying he has to have 20 in the fourth. Like he can pace himself a little bit better, but if you play effective to start the game like that, you won't have to come back down 20.
But what for me happens is what Jay said is where the defensive liability really comes from Brunson and Cat. when they're in the same lineup together. It is really hard to do that. And I completely agree with Jay, which is why I really liked the DeLon Wright solution as soon as McBride got into foul trouble. Because
over campaign was amazing.
Thank you. I've been trying to say this all year.
Defense is great. He's been great since he's been in the NBA. He's always had good defense.
As Thibs, as a defensive guy, I'm like surprised he's not playing him because this is the guy that sat Evan Fournier for Quentin Grimes the year after Evan Fournier hit the all-time 3 record for the Knicks. Like, come on! Like, what are you doing?
It would have been crazy though if they lost this game too. If they lost this game, I'm simply blaming the fact that Jalen Brunson sat so long. Like, I understand he had a bad game, but we can't sit here and act like he's not averaging 30-plus points this series.
He didn't.
Like, you have to
last game.
No, that's what I said. Mm-hmm. He didn't have his best game. So I get that. I really do. But like Thibs, down 20, I'll just say it was a gutsy move. Whatever. I admit that
it worked.
If Karl-Anthony Towns,
you can't take somebody off the court when they're absolutely on fire. If the offense is rolling, you have to keep that rolling. That is literally Thibs is throwing out lineups. I believe he threw out 8 different lineups that he has not used before in the regular season. That was because of Rick Carlisle. He constantly wants Precious Achiuwa for some reason. Talking about Precious Achiuwa in the media, Thibs has yet to throw him in because he thinks it's a bait. And I think it's a bait too. Rick Carlisle wants to see Precious Achiuwa for a reason. He wants Thibodeau to throw in Precious Achiuwa so bad. He said it 3 times. Propaganda. He said it 3 times.
But another thing the Knicks did, they closed out with the good free throws. They went 15 for 15 down the stretch, which absolutely blew them in game 2. They missed 2 out of 4 free throws to close that game out when Halliburton hit that amazing shot. But yeah, man, shout out to Thibs. I thought he's getting out-coached literally every game this series. He bounced back in this one, man. Great bounce-back game for Thibs. He finally played the right lineups. He finally realized that campaign is just he's a vibes guy. The vibes are good that day. You put him in. If it's not, he got it.
He is a vibes guy with that.
He's a vibes guy, bro. He did a very questionable celebration the other day. You know, I wasn't feeling that one. But yeah, man, I really like this game from the Knicks. They got to get the on-off stuff right with them and with Brunson and Cat. Even the starting Mitch over Josh Hart, very big move. You get more depth off the bench because now you're playing Josh Hart, Shamit, and DeLon Wright. Automatically, they never play 3 guys off the bench.
And McBride.
Yep.
And McBride.
I haven't seen
that's a whole unit
9 deep since Thibs has been coach. I've never seen them go 9 deep, and it worked. I have. Josh Hart was in the 4th quarter. He had so much energy. He was flying for every rebound. Like usually, Josh Hart, you can see he's sometimes gassed, even though he gives 110% all the time. That little extra energy from Josh Hart came through, man. He was getting every rebound to close that 4th quarter. So yeah, shout out to Thibs, man. He coached a great game. They finished off good. They hit their free throws down the stretch. Brunson hit that crazy floater over Neesmith going down the middle to ice that one out to go up 198. Yeah. What a resilient game by the Knicks, man. They were down 20 again, came back down 23 times in this playoffs now.
3-0.
Yeah. I don't know why they keep doing it, man. They like to dig themselves in these holes.
I'm sorry, 3-1. We did lose to Boston.
We
did lose to that Boston game.
Yeah. But yeah, man, definitely a great bounce back game by the Knicks, man. Yeah. Tonight, let's see a little bit of luck last game with Cat giving me 20. I mean, my boy had Cat over 19.5, and he already deleted the app before the game was over. He's like, man, Cat has 4 points going into the 4th. This ticket's dead. Yeah. And he came through, man. Just Cat has to have those games, man.
Cat has to realize that he's a lot stronger than what he is. And I don't think he knows or realizes that he could really dominate Miles Turner if he wanted to. He can have his way with him. Same thing with Pascal Siakam. I just feel like in moments, he'll have that energy to really get aggressive and really get zesty. And it really make fun of me, laugh at it. But if you don't see the immediate reactions when he shoots on Pascal or Miles Turner, you just see the zest immediately. Some shit like that. I've seen that like 5 times. And the zest comes immediately.
Earl, I agree with Earl's statement the most, though. He is the most frustrating number 2 option.
He is.
besides Julius Randle, which I'm pretty sure Earl's going to talk about later, I don't understand what Cat be doing sometimes. Like how you even just said, Omar, bro was 7 foot 260 at least. Cat is huge, bro. Post up. Like the shot not falling, get into the post, go to work. I don't understand why he settles so much. But let's see what the Knicks do in this one. Yeah. I really hope they win this game. I want more basketball.
Yeah. So I will say I'm so sorry, but Pacers are winning tonight.
Omar.
We got Tyrese Halliburton's dad at the game. We got the dude who was getting bullied by you Knicks frauds. Hold on, let me turn my camera on for this. We got Papa Halliburton back in the building tonight, pressing every single player on the Knicks. He's not scared of anybody. He doesn't care if he gets kicked out. He'll go watch it at the bar. Then we got the firefighter who y'all's fraudulent Knicks fans bullied him in the street, threw stuff at him for what? Because y'all won a little game? Bro, disrespectful.
Two Knicks fans just got stabbed by an Indiana Pacers fan. What are you on?
I'm just saying, y'all did it first.
No. You want to talk about
y'all did it
being
first.
Thrown. Motherfuckers
y'all
was
did
being
it first.
stabbed.
Y'all did it first. And all I gotta say is this, bro. It's on site. What the Pacers are gonna do tonight. What the Pacers are gonna do tonight, they're gonna absolutely erase New York Knicks from the history of basketball.
Can't wait.
You think you're gonna tear down City tonight? No. 100%. Every one of y'all are going home on a curfew because your season is about to be packed up and gone. And then
I love it.
They're gonna go to the Garden in your house. Tyrese Halliburton is gonna hit a game winner on y'all in your house, and then he's gonna kiss the Knicks logo, and then we out of that thing.
Gonna kiss the Knicks logo.
Cool. I got another crazy stat though. The Pacers have not lost any game in the playoffs besides Game 3 of every series.
Y'all ever seen that picture of LeBron going like this? That's how I'm feeling right now. I could really care less.
They've only lost in game
Brunson had an off game. Aaron Nesmith, his main defender, is looking like he's going to be out. He's questionable coming into tonight. Tyrese Halliburton can have his dad in the audience, whatever the fuck he wants. By the way, I really think that it's a ploy by Indiana. I saw some video is something along the lines of that shit is fucking. They only did that to support themselves. By the way,
but Jalen Brunson's daddy's on the coaching staff though.
He was
sitting next to him, holding his hand every game.
Hey, buddy.
I'm just saying.
He's been an assistant coach of Tom Thibodeau since Chicago.
I'm just saying.
He has been on the assistant coaching staff since Chicago. That is 10 plus years of a relationship.
Jalen Brunson has his papa.
That's not even the same.
Every single game on the bench.
That's not the same. That's not even close to the same.
You got to make your shots.
That's not even close to the same, though. That's not even close to the same.
Take away Halliburton's dad.
Yes, because why are you on the court going like yelling in the Giannis's face?
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Yo, if they did that to LeBron, you would hate on his dad every single day. Do not act like you wouldn't. And
but what I'm saying is,
I guarantee you, this is what JB is going to be doing in Indiana tonight. That's what he's going to be doing. Yeah.
Bro, Jalen Brunson does not have the
Tyrese
energy.
is gonna choke.
He does not have.
Tyrese is gonna look like what he looked like in the beginning of the season. His shit self. He's gonna have less than 10 assists. He's gonna have less than 10 points. He's gonna look dog shit tonight. I promise you. He's gonna look dog shit tonight. Karl-Anthony Towns and Brunson are at least gonna combine for fucking 60, and then Josh Hart's gonna get at least 12 rebounds.
You know what? I'm happy for you, Omar. At least you're not going to be at the game. I mean, at least you're not going to be at home watching this game by yourself. You're going to be enjoying it with Knicks fans in the stadium, and you guys can all cry together as you decide every time a delusion on a way you can come back from down 3-1.
Here when y'all lost the series in the first round?
I'm just saying, welcome to Cancun. We got your rooms booked.
You would be the one to show us to Cancun. What are you?
We are. I got you the suite. I got you the suite in your usual spot for the last 25 seasons. We got the usual wing for you guys. We got y'all. buffet, everything included, bro. Come on, we got.
Can't
I'll
get this
see the
real
video
nice
game.
right now. Come with us, Omar. This is like the time where somebody is like on their deathbed and they're like, "Come to the light, come to the light," and I'm just like, "No, stay away from me."
But I'm just saying
I
this, man.
do not want it to blow into the Cancun.
I'm just saying this, bro. The reality
it's not gonna
check.
happen. The reality is the Knicks are gonna win tonight. That's the reality.
Okay,
That's the reality. The Knicks are gonna win
guys,
tonight.
picture this. Let me walk with me.
And
real quick.
Jalen Brunson's gonna make you swallow your words immediately.
Walk with me real
promise
quick, Chad.
Karl-Anthony Towns' zesty ass is gonna dunk
on Friday.
all over your takes. Promise you.
Wait, because today is what Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So by the time we get back on Friday, it potentially could be over. Hypothetically,
Could be.
it's every other day, right?
Yeah, it could. It could. But you know what
We'll
also
see.
could happen? You know what also could happen?
No,
The
it
Knicks
definitely could extend.
No. You know what could also happen? The Knicks could go up 3-2. That's what also could happen in the next few days. We can go and win 2 straight. Why not?
The Knicks are really bad at home right now, Omar. Respectfully, and
Not
I love
really.
I love the Knicks. as a
Not
home
really.
team.
Yes, really.
Not really.
They've been
Not
losing at
really.
home. This whole playoff, they've been losing at home.
Not really. They lost 3 games.
Go ahead.
3 games at home.
It wasn't 4.
3 games at home. We lost 2 in Detroit. Oh, yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
2
2 in Detroit, one to Boston, and then 2 to Indiana. 5.
So 5.
Damn.
And they've been absolutely dogs on the road, though. They're the best road team in the NBA right now. So I expect them to win tonight. Can they handle business at the crib, Omar?
I think they can.
My question.
I really think they can because in bounce back games, when coming back, they have been really dominant at home. Because look, I understand like we have lost 5 on the road. That's a big number, and that's huge because that's actually more than I genuinely was expecting. But like you said, they are the best road team in the league, and with that being said, they took 2 in Boston. They finished out the series in Detroit. Last year,
3 in Detroit. They dominated in Detroit.
yeah. So there's gonna be a lot to go on. So all I'm gonna say is if we go down 20 again, don't worry. Just continue to watch.
Okay. If the Pacers go down 20, don't worry.
Don't
Just
worry.
continue to watch.
Yeah. It kind of goes both ways. I think the stat was like there's like 7 games this season where it was like 7 20-point leads where it came back and taken over. I gotta drink a cup of ketchup on stream now.
Make that hot sauce, little bro.
Why? What happened?
You don't got to do that, bro. Please.
I think he has to. He might have lost a bet.
Last night.
Mm-mm.
Mustard, hot sauce, and some wasabi.
He got to do it, gang. I think they said if Minnesota. I
Look,
think if he said if Minnesota lost last night, he might have had to eat ketchup or something.
Speaking of Minnesota, let's transition to the other half of
let's
our
do that.
games on the slate. Personally, last
Knicks
night,
in 6.
obviously after the Minnesota Timberwolves got a huge win versus OKC Thunder. Shay did
Facts,
have
bro.
that quote: "When somebody disrespects you, go back and you get them back the next day." Basically, and that's exactly what they did, and that's exactly what they continue to do in these playoffs. So, shout out to OKC for that.
Mhm.
I will say I was very disappointed in Anthony Edwards' comments after the game. They were asking about his performance. He said he felt like he didn't have a bad performance or he didn't play bad because he didn't take a lot of shots, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous. You're coming off of a 30-plus point game. You played with a lot of energy to start first, second, third, fourth quarter for however long he played. He was dominant, and I just did not see that this game. And if you want to win versus the OKC Thunder team, who has great defense, great offensive flow, has the MVP on their league, has 2 all defensive type players, you have to show up every single night. And for me, that quote, it was a little frustrating for me, especially for Ant being advertised as one of the new faces of the NBA. I feel like he has to step into that challenge every single night, especially when you're down in a series. So that was a little bit disappointing. And Julius Randle, like, that's my other guy. It's really night and day for him. And I'll even throw in, not to the most extreme extent, but I'll even throw in J-Dub at times. Like, people got mad at me because I made
last night.
no, that's not my point. I'm saying, like, consistency wise. People got mad at me because I said J-Dub he can play way better than what he did last round, which is true. We seen last night he's capable of getting 34 points. He's capable of having 28 plus points.
I don't think you use those words in particular.
No, I definitely did.
I do remember this because I was there, and I told you I think he was doing everything else well, but it was just those points that he wasn't locking in on. Because the game that you were talking about, he had like 10 assists and 8 rebounds, but only like 6 points, which
That's
I
not
get.
good.
Yeah, he's probably like 3 for 18 too. Like
that's not good.
He's bad.
He
That's
was
not
still
good,
covering
Omar.
his departments, though.
No, he wasn't. He is the second option on that team. You can't tell me he had a good game if he has 6 points. Like, I get playmaking, cool. You got it. Rebounding, cool. Okay.
I think if we asked a poll of 100 people, there would be 50 people that said Jalen Williams is the number 2, and there would be another 50 people that would mix it up. That would mix it up between Chet Holmgren and Chet Holmgren and Alex.
Chet
Caruso.
is not a number 2, bro. And Alex Caruso is the number 2 option.
Wait, I said that wrong. I didn't mean to say Alex Caruso with that. It's just 50-50. Chet or yeah, I said it already, but it's just 50-50 those two players. I think both people. I think if you ask 100 people, it would literally go 50-50 on who's better. Because I think Chet has his games, and I think Chet has his effects, and then I think Jalen Williams has his games, and I think he has.
Let me ask you a question: who was an All-Star this year?
Jalen Williams was an All-Star this year, but that could also be considered because number one, last year was technically Chet's rookie year.
What is that? What does that have to do with right now and being second option? Let me ask you another question.
Hold on, let me ask you a question.
Who averaged 15 points again this year?
Probably Jalen Williams.
No, he averaged 22 points a game.
He did. Interesting.
Yes. Like there's no world mentally where I load up watching a game and think Chet Holmgren is number 2 option. I just don't. Three, yes. Solidified 3, 100%. But the number 2 option is the All-Star on the team is the number 2 option. All defensive second team. Or was it first team?
And that's a problem.
Was it first or second? I forgot.
I'm not sure if I really see him.
Was first,
because I think that's part of the issue.
Cool.
I'm not sure if people really see Jalen Williams as a true number 2.
Then why would they see Chet as that?
I think he was considered to be a lot better going into college than now.
But we're talking now.
That's what I'm saying.
We're talking right now.
I think the plan was like their big 3, Shea, Chet, and Jalen.
Forget the plan. Stick to the plot of what you said. Right now, I'm saying right now, forget narratives in the past. Right now, this season, J-Dub, All-Star. J-Dub, all defensive second team. J-Dub, second leader in points per game for this Oklahoma City Thunder team. He is the second option on this roster.
Yeah, he is.
And I have a lot to take away from this game. To even go on what y'all said. I watched this game from start to finish with my Memorial Day plate right next to me. I was locked in on this game.
Yep.
I saw this was the high school hype, the Gonzaga Chet that I've been expecting to see in the NBA. This is to me the best game of his career, in my opinion. Defensively, offensively, his shots were falling. He had his bag with putting the ball on the ground, getting to the basket on Rudy Gobert. All that we saw from Chet. J-Dub had 34 in the midst of all that. J-Dub was amazing yesterday. 6 for 9 from 3. Got at least 3 to 4 steals.
Yes.
J-Dub does everything. Even though Chet has probably more defensive upside because he's one of the lankiest players in the NBA, he's Chet Holmgren. We see it there. He's compared to Wemby, which is why people want to put Chet on a certain pedestal because Wemby is supposed to be the face of the NBA, that guy. You kind of want to diminish what J-Dub does, but J-Dub he's very clearly, in my opinion, the second option. And he proved it yesterday. But OKC yesterday, man, that defense, that's the best thing going on in the playoffs right now. It's OKC's defense and the Pacers' offense. Like the way OKC's defense looked yesterday, they made Julius Randle look terrible. And I think Julius Randle has been phenomenal in this playoffs, bro. Dominated against the Lakers, dominated against the Warriors. He cannot do anything in this series. He had 20 points in the first half of game 1. He has not done anything since then. Nothing. Ant has had multiple good games. I think Ant had 3 straight 30 pieces. Like but last night to definitely go on with what Earl said. To be labeled as the face of the league and say those comments yesterday, that was weak.
Yep.
Right? And I'm a big Ant fan. That was very weak.
Yep.
Was not feeling
Yep.
that, bro. Like if you didn't get up, if you think you didn't shoot the ball enough, you struggled. That's the epitome of struggle. Like Kobe said, I'd rather go 0 for 18 than 0 for 8. Keep shooting the ball. Don't let anybody know that you were taken out of your game, that you lost your confidence. Find ways to score. I even saw Ant. He was forcing threes at certain times. You could tell he was struggling to get into his bag. Definitely disappointed by Ant. They had another big Jay McDaniels game that's going to go to waste. He's probably not going to have over 20 again in this series.
Yep.
But shout out to Shea, man. He showed why he's the MVP. And I even defended Doris Burke on this podcast before where everybody said it can't.
You're right.
Stand her. I can't fucking stand her no more. She
Did you hear that comment?
She lost all credit.
That European comment?
She lost all credit.
I'm not sure if I'm getting what you're referring to because I was bowling. I saw the game, but I didn't hear the broadcast.
Bro,
what did she say?
So Shea was driving to the hoop.
Yeah.
Jay McDaniels clipped him. Like literally lifted his leg up and clipped Shea going to the paint.
Was it a foul?
And she said, "This is why they call him the free throw merchant on Twitter." Why did you just say that? He just got.
Did you hear that other thing she said too about like this is why the British and something didn't like each other? Something crazy, and it was
she's losing.
Me,
she's a chat bot. That's what I like to call her. She's a chat bot. She chats and she's a bot. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Look,
she goes on 2K to get her information from like.
I'm not going to say that. Look, what I'm not going to say is I'm not going to discredit what she knows because she is an absolute legend to the game. But what I will say is, in the moment, does she have her favorites and did she display them a lot on TV?
And Reggie.
Yes.
And Reggie. Yes.
And Reggie. So and it's just the fact like some of her lines. Maybe it's just some of her lines are just very like. Either like just straight miss.
I feel like a lot of them are condescending,
just cheesy.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's. I feel like it goes more into condescension. I feel like it's like she's saying shit just to get a reaction out of the audience. I feel like.
And if anybody in the chat, anybody who likes the NBA, anybody who watched that game yesterday, leaving that game saying that Shea's a free throw merchant, you got to really evaluate your take on basketball in general.
Yep.
I think we've been saying like all season.
He got a lot of garbage time free throws when they were fouling in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That man was getting some real buckets yesterday.
Yep.
Like getting into his bag, tween, has he stepped back. He was getting some real deal buckets yesterday.
And let me tell y'all something.
No more FTA shit, man.
Let me tell y'all something too about this.
He's more ethical than Brunson, in my opinion.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not even gonna bring it to Brunson. Because I'll bring.
That's wild, bro.
Yep.
Footwork wise, though, come on.
Yeah. Shea's better.
Okay, you're just trying to get a reaction out of me. You're lying.
No, I'm dead serious. Shea is better in every aspect of basketball than Jalen Brunson. Yes.
Every aspect is a stretch, but again, I'm gonna let it go for the sake of the conversation.
I'll slightly give Brunson a slightly better playmaking. That's about it.
Brunson is baby Luka, in my opinion. The footwork, I'm gonna go Brunson, just because I think Luka has the best footwork in the NBA.
I wasn't even gonna bring it to Brunson, but what I'm trying to say is, when you're a smaller guard in the NBA, and when you get to the line like that, it's kind of a compliment because you're dangerous, because you could score on all three levels. That's the Shea, right? He could score. He could shoot a three. He could shoot that midi real easy.
But Shea's not a small guard.
How tall is he? 6'5"? 6'6"?
Shea's 6'6".
6'5". Okay, that's pretty called the guard, I would say.
So 6'5" is small guard now.
No,
he's lanky. He's not.
I would have said he's a taller guard. Yeah, he definitely is a taller guard. I would say shorter guard is like 6'3", but. Yeah, I would say that. But he is also 6'1".
Yeah, that's a short guard to me. Like Trey Young size. That's a small guard.
I feel like 6'3" is also pretty short. Like
Curry's 6'3", right?
Yeah, I would say he's technically a small guard. I would say that. I wouldn't call Steph Curry lengthy by any means.
No, not at all. But he's the tallest small guard tier you can get to.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll
look,
accept that.
6'1" is like these small. Like when I think small guard, I'm thinking like Trae Young. I'm thinking like Fred
Trae Young,
size.
Trae Young, Fred
I'm
VanVleet,
thinking,
Jalen Brunson. Those kind of like 5'9" to 6'1".
But Jalen Brunson's head, just like the radius of his head, just puts
Bro,
him
that
in a
shit adds like 10 inches.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson doesn't count as a small guard because his head is just so much
What
bigger
is he, mini
than
guard?
anybody on the court.
Kyrie's the cutoff for all small guards.
You're right.
Kyrie's
Yep.
only like
There it
6'2", 6'3" ish. Like
Yep.
Kyrie's
Who?
small,
Kyrie's
but
Maxey?
Kyrie's still like
Kyrie
Yeah, Kyrie Irving.
Irving.
Okay,
He's the cutoff for all small guards. He's like in the middle of both.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I left that game yesterday thinking that OKC is going to win the chip. No matter who comes out of that Knicks, the Knicks and Pacers can beat each other up the rest of the series. OKC is just licking their chops, waiting who comes out of that. They're just waiting.
Y'all want to know who my champion is?
It's Oklahoma City.
My champion?
Indiana.
This is a hard decision to come to, man. Like
it
takes a lot of like
Indiana
thought process to think about things like this.
He just had to think who is playing the Knicks.
I just think I really truly believe like this year is the year of the Pacers.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? We can low key talk about how I didn't predict this, obviously, but what I did say is I said that if Paul George wanted to win a championship, he should went to the Pacers.
You did say that
on film,
yeah.
And if he would have went, he would have had a chance to compete for a ring. And
I think it would have taken Stotts away from the rest of the squad. Honestly, I think it would have ended up worse.
Maybe so, but it was like a free agency type of decision. So technically, you didn't have to give up anybody.
No, it wasn't about giving up. It's about
for sure opportunity. But like, think about it like this. Think about it like this. Like, who starts? Aaron Nesmith, right?
I
imagine Aaron Nesmith as your like dedicated six man from start to end of the season. Straight up,
Matthew would have been out of there. Matthew has been casted away in the series anyway. So.
True, but think about how inconsistent he's been like throughout the playoffs. Like imagine like it's basically addition without subtraction, right? You add in Paul George, potentially a healthy one because we don't know what happens if he doesn't go to Philly. Maybe he doesn't get as injured, whatever. But I just felt like this was like the year of return home.
He got injured in the offseason.
Playoff P.
No, he came back though. He came back in the regular season. He played some games and he got hurt on the court.
He never really had a good game like that though.
No, I didn't say he had a good game.
No, I'm just saying like I don't because I remember. I think he was like it was like notorious because he came back and he was playing next to Maxey for a little while, but he still wasn't playing good.
Yeah, I'm just saying like in general, I just think like playing with like a pass first guard like Tyrese Halliburton,
100%.
I think his game would have been a lot easier because like look at first I didn't really think the Pascal thing 100% fit, but now like watching them play, watching them defer to each other, I think there's times in games where it's like okay, we have stagnant offensive sets like where the Pacers would blow 20-point leads to the Knicks like you seen last game. Nobody could buy a bucket. If you insert like a Paul George there, even though he's not known for being clutch, whatever, he doesn't have to be the whole series.
He will
whatever.
still make those shots.
He will make some of those open shots that are available to him, especially with the pressure of having those other guys on the team.
100%. And that's also you did make a really good point about how the Pacers play. And I got to say, that's what the Knicks have to kind of take advantage of if they do want to be successful in the series. They have to be consistent in guarding that three-point line, y'all. If they're not guarding that three-point line, they are screwed. And look, I get it. It's been this entire season. It's been an issue this entire season. Earl, how'd y'all win that game against us? First game against us. What'd I tell you? That three-point line, it's going to be an issue. What happened? Dorian Finney-Smith hit 3 in a row. I'll never forget it because I was here. Like
both games too.
Both games.
Sorry, my bad.
Agreed. It was annoying.
I can't believe, bro. Like, that's what this about.
But it's always the issue for the Knicks is that 3-point line. They really do need to lock up on that 3-point line. If they just like focus on that, man. If they really commit to this big man lineup of Mitch and Cat, and they are able to have Mitch focus in the post, and they have Cat kind of on the outside by the free throw line, hovering around that free throw line, playing mid defender. You guys got a really good thing going on. But Cat doesn't like to move his fucking feet. I've seen that like 3 times during game 1 where Miles Turner, boop, 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 boop. Like Cat didn't watch tape on him at all this season.
No kidding. I didn't know Cat might be Luka tier bad on defense.
Yeah.
I didn't know Cat was this bad.
It was
Like,
bad.
He's damn near a 0 on defense. Like Cat does not.
And that's why
his feet are huge. So
and that's
he can't
why
slide his feet.
And that's why
shout out to Landon Nix in the chat. Appreciate you, bro.
Yo.
But again, that's why Mikal and OG are so integral for this team. Miles McBride and DeLon Wright. That's why they're so integral to this team. It's because of their defensive ability. So I'm looking to see a lot more lineups with this bench unit. We didn't see a lot of good things from the bench unit last night in terms of shooting. Not last night, Sunday. But in terms of shooting, in terms of defense, we saw a lot of good. I think the defense stays the same, and I think the offense picks up. But Thibs, it starts with Thibs, and he needs to trust his guys. As sad as it sounds, you need to trust Landry Shamet for 10 minutes. You have to trust DeLon Wright for 15 minutes. You have to trust Miles McBride for possibly 20 minutes. You have to. That's something you have to do. And then on top of that, you're having Josh playing the same minutes, 35 to 40. So
I think they got first of all, the way Knicks win tonight, I think Brunson has to play 40 plus tonight. Like it's none of this.
I don't think so because that's what won them. That's what won them last game was Brunson actually sitting on the bench and Cat being able to do his thing and go to work.
He did have 5 fouls. That's why he wasn't on the bench.
I will say
I'll agree to that. Yes,
it was foul trouble. It wasn't by choice though. But what I will say is, I don't think Jalen Brunson sitting was like the reason why the Knicks won. I think literally the reason why the Knicks won is because Karl-Anthony Towns decided to play aggressive. And I've seen him play aggressive with Jalen Brunson on the floor too. So I just feel like that's not a valuable enough excuse to be like, okay, these guys don't need to be on the floor together, which is not true. Like the biggest threat to me personally.
Why do we keep changing the title? Knicks fan is delusional. What is this?
Oh, that was a long time ago, bro.
Bro, come on.
But yeah, my point is this: like, you want both of your players to play good at the same time. Like that's the key to winning. Like getting a good win. Like obviously a win is a win. I get that, but having to use so much energy to close out a game like that, it's hard work, and it's hard to ask you to do that twice. Not saying the Pacers are going to go up 20 again. I'm not saying all that, but say if they were, like, okay. I highly doubt they're going to let that same type of situation play out. And hopefully Jalen Brunson doesn't get into foul trouble. Yeah. But, like, to pivot back on the Cat thing, like, the defense thing, it's ridiculous. Like, I see him pick up, like, 2, like, really dumb fouls. And then he's going, like, bro, you're literally hitting them in the wrist. I'm like, bro, just at that point, you might as well just let them score. Like, if you're going to give up and one stuff like that, you're going to use a dumb, useless foul when they need you out there. It makes no sense.
Van Gundy said the exact same thing about Mitchell
it's
Robinson.
Horrible.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah, Mitch, bro.
Mitch did that one time. I'll give Mitch the pass. He did it one time. He did play good defense during the game, so I'll let it slide, man. It's 2 points at the end of the day.
Pass, man. Mitch is good with me, man.
Yeah, he creates a lot of second chance opportunities. Yeah.
And he's also been a really good key to this offense as well. But it starts with continue. My bad, Jay.
To go back on y'all last argument, I agree with Omar and when he's saying they can't be on the court at the same time, but also with Earl. It was not by choice. Brunson was not on the court. He had 5 fouls. If he don't have 5 fouls, his ass is on the court.
I mean, DeLon Wright was on the floor because of Deuces McBride's 3.
So, but my point is, though, the stats do not lie. When it's one of them on the court or none of them on the court, the Knicks defense is significantly better. So they just have to find a balance where they can stagnate because them on the court at the same time, they have the best 2-man offense. Damn near.
Let me tell you,
with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic 2-man offense. They can get any shot they want.
To add to that point, that lineup of Landry Shamet, DeLon Wright, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Cat, that had the best defensive rating in this series.
Yeah, that lineup is amazing.
Which is going to be good because you could still generate offense with Mikal Bridges and Karl-Anthony Towns.
But this is my problem about all of that, bro, what we're talking about. I agree with you guys. The stats don't lie. And you guys are 100% right. But my problem is, why am I paying both of these guys this much money if they can't play together? One has to go. I don't care how far the Knicks go. one of these guys have to go. I'm just saying.
It's either that, Earl, or you got to stagnate the minutes.
Or they only play in short spurt or short spurts.
But then it's like, oh my god, that sounds so crazy.
It does,
dude. But if it works, why do we care?
But I'm saying, like, okay,
if
cool.
We win a championship,
do I not want my two stars to play good together?
But Omar, you can't really say it's work because it's fluky. If Brunson is not in foul trouble, we came and test that out because you would be in the game. Mm-hmm. So that's
more of a Thibs
It's not a good assessment. It's not a good assessment.
Yeah. Like, are y'all are okay with? I mean, yeah, obviously, championship. I agree. Like, winning a championship, that is the ultimate goal. Cool, but like when you really sit down and perspective-wise think, okay, I mean, dang, these guys don't play good together. We can't really play them together more than 10 plus minutes in a quarter.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, why am I paying you this and you that when I can go get another piece or two to three pieces that fit better in this type of system and space out the team? You fix the bench problem by adding more depth and just reduce the star role a little bit that Karl-Anthony Towns provides and have just a main level role player who works well with Jalen Brunson.
So Earl, that's what I would let off the pod if they lost the game.
But that's
true.
But that doesn't make. Hold on, real quick.
These games.
Let me get this off. But where does that leave the Knicks in terms of placement in the East? Where does that leave the Knicks in terms of where they're going in the playoffs? It doesn't lead them anywhere. You replace Cat with a role player that doesn't do much for us. Then if not role player, then another superstar or another. He's not. Cat's not a superstar. Another star player who fits.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
That's honestly, that's perfect because he can play next to Mitch because Jaren Jackson can't rebound and save his life, but Mitch can. He can shoot. He can shoot very well from 3-point line.
For AD soon, keep him away from my team.
Let's relax.
I love Anthony Davis. Keep him away from my team.
But anyways, I'll just last thing I'll say about this whole type of situation is I said this before. If you guys absolutely just blow these last two games, which obviously I troll, I don't think that's completely going to happen. I think you guys at least win another one, at least.
We have to win tonight.
But I think if you guys do lose these next two games, I'm immediately getting on the phone with Milwaukee and I'm trying to go get Giannis. I don't care what it costs. Completely. Only person I'm keeping on this roster straight up is Jalen Brunson.
Let me tell you this. Even if we went to the finals, even if we somehow went to the finals, I'm still hitting up Milwaukee in the offseason. Honestly, I'm even looking for a way to keep Cat on my squad because there is a way that can happen with trading away some negative pieces. OG and Anunoby, I don't like your body, your body language.
You don't like your body? What? Whoa!
I didn't finish it. My bad. Body language is crazy. His body language is crazy. OG Anunoby's body language is crazy. It doesn't look like he's cohesive with this team at all.
I would be mad too if my 2-star players don't show up every night.
I can't lie. OG's defense was phenomenal last game.
It was.
And he's been as much as y'all complain about his threes.
We're paying him $212 million.
Threes.
Not on a consistent basis and not when they're
more than anybody else on the team.
Wrong.
Who?
Brunson has a better percentage than he does. 1,000%. I don't even need to look that up to tell you that.
Brunson's volume though is just like
maybe so, but he shoots like what? How many a game?
Yeah, his volume is up.
But OG shoots about 3 or 4. He only shoots about 2 or 3 less than him.
So all right, Omar, before we wrap the pod, what does the Knicks have to do tonight to win this game?
First off, the Knicks have to address this point of attack defense. I know we even talked about this earlier. People just say point of attack to just say point of attack, but I'm trying to say this in the terms of we need to really attack Tyrese Halliburton on that defensive end. If we're not attacking Tyrese Halliburton as soon as the ball picks up, it's a problem, and that's why I'm really like DeLon Wright because I like the way he was playing against Tyrese Halliburton last game. I like the way that he was able to pick him up full court and not really back down off of him because as we were saying, as he's kind of a more slender and taller guard, DeLon may be a little bit shorter, but not by much. Brunson is a huge mismatch off Tyrese Halliburton. DeLon is not. So I'm looking at DeLon and I'm thinking that he maybe plays a little more tonight just so he can really defend Tyrese Halliburton. Because, again, the Knicks are up against the wall here. The Knicks are up against a 3-1 possible lead in this finals. Say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta
here. 3-point percentage. So in this year's playoffs, 3-point percentage. I'll go off of attempts. I think OG, it says he attempts
7.
6.7. 6.7 attempts per game. Jalen Brunson is attempting
8.1. Top of that.
7.6.
That's not even that far off, though. And what are the percentages?
The percentages, look, the percentages. So we can actually say it's really close. OG is shooting 37%. And he's making 2.5.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson is shooting 35%.
35?
And he's making 2.7.
Okay. I gotta say that was not the number I was expecting.
I'm just when I watch these games, look, I'll just put this into perspective. The only reason I know this
I was expecting around 42%.
The only reason I know this is because OG Anunoby 1.5 threes is literally free. Like that's literally when I look at the lines, will he take a whole bunch of miss open ones? Yes, but he's going to hit that 2 quota. Literally almost every time. I think it was like maybe a couple games where he didn't, but still, like OG is going to take those shots. He takes tough threes too. Yeah, exactly. And for me personally, like speaking on what Omar said about the keys to the game for the Knicks, I'll give the keys to the game for the Pacers just to keep it like opposites, just keep it whatever. Yeah. For me personally, I think the same thing that I almost called you Jalen Brunson. Same thing.
You know what? I'm okay with it. Call me
same thing. Same thing Omar said about Jalen Brunson is the same thing I say about Tyrese Halliburton. When Tyrese has Jalen Brunson on him, take him to the paint,
it's
attack every single time. If he has Karl on him, if they do the switch, pick and roll switch, take it to the bucket every single time.
I'm not on Karl. I'm not on Karl. If I'm Tyrese, I'm not on Karl.
Because Karl is either going to get beat off the dribble or he's going to foul.
What I can also say is, don't
I see your point.
Get Hunt happy. Don't try to hunt and get out of the motion of your offense.
You're right.
Which is what the Pacers do.
Yes, which that's another thing the Boston Celtics
that's true.
do, which lost them that last year against the Knicks. That's
what Hunt Brunson, and it fails.
And it gets you out of your flow of your game. The Pacers they have the best offense, to me, in my opinion, left in the playoffs. So if they just play their flow of the game, the Pacers will be okay. I can say the same about the Knicks. They run their 2-man game with Brunson and Cat, and then stagger the minutes with them off the court. Let Brunson get off, let Cat get off when there's just one of them on the court. Knicks should be fine as well. Don't go down court though saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna hunt little ass TJ McConnell. I'm gonna hunt Tyrese Halliburton."
I don't think anybody's really hunting TJ because honestly, TJ's a great defender for how small he is. He's a great defender.
Yeah, he has that low he's defense down low, but you can shoot over the top of TJ McConnell on every single play.
I would love him as a 6-man. I would love him as a 6-man. I would love him on my squad.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for this game tonight. I think it's going to be the best game of the series, even though we've got 3 historic games already, or really 2 historic games already. I think this game is going to be literally close end to end down to the last shot this game.
Yep.
I agree with you. And so just to end it off for tonight, I'm actually going to go to the game at MSG with my boys. And we're gonna be watching the watch party. Obviously, it's not at MSG, but it's gonna be on the Jumbotron. It's a really cool experience. All the Knicks fans really do come together and stuff, and it is really cool. I know Earl likes to make jokes and stuff, and like he's like, "Oh, y'all can all lose together." But I'm gonna say this one time: I'm 2-0 when I go to MSG watch parties. We are
2-1. That's okay.
No, 2-0 when I go to MSG watch parties.
Yeah,
we are
2-1 now.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Oh, no, we're not. We got to wrap this up, but thank you guys so much. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Make sure to tune in this Friday on the Beyond the Backboard Podcast channel. I'm going to link that into here soon, and you guys should be able to access our 2-minute drill a couple days early. So be there, be square. And even on Thursdays, we're going to be doing that, and then we're coming back here to do our weekend preview on Friday. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate every single one of you guys, and peace.
Peace.